Okay, so the topic we'll be discussing today is sex. So in this video today we will be discussing sex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In this video we will be discussing sex. So the first question I have for you is, do you believe that sex is a taboo in our society, and why you believe?
So I only live in two societies, the Brazilian society and the Dutch society. And I think in Dutch society could be considered a taboo. But in Brazilian society, I don't think it's a taboo after some age. So until like 17, 16, or even 18, people usually don't like to talk with what they consider kids, but like it's young people, I believe it's not kids anymore. And after that, I think it's like a more normal thing. Of course, not like really people talk about this every day, like with a lot of detail, but it's not like a taboo that people don't like to talk about these things.
Okay. What do you think makes it a taboo?
Society.
But so you think over time society has turned it into a taboo?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, like the new generation can change this, but they don't want to change this and this thing. And we always continue to make the same mistakes.
The next question is whether you believe that sex plays an important role in relationships.
Yeah, I believe that sex plays an important role in relationship because it's another way to interact with the person that you love and this. And I think when you start doing this, you start like loving more the person and this thing. So yeah.
What age do you think, like, because of course people have like relationships when they're like young. Like, do you think there's a specific age in which people are just like ready for sex, or do you think it just differs from person to person?
I think it really depends on the kind of education the person has, because if the person has a sexual education, they probably will get ready to like have sex with 15, 16 years old. However, like varies from person to person. So there are some persons that are not ready.
Do you think sex education should be mandatory at school?
Yes, I believe. And it should start with 14 years old, even 15. But of course, the sexual education should more be focused on how to prevent disease, like sexual transmitted disease, and how like not to get pregnant and these things, like how to use a condom, how to use contraceptives. But however, I think it should be important too. But like, of course, like maybe people don't. It will be difficult because sex is considered taboo. But like, help people like to have more pleasure in sex, like how to get more pleasure in sex and those things. Because I think is a really important thing in life. At least in my opinion, of course. There are people that don't share my opinion.
What do you think about porn and the fact that lots of boys in our society at this time, that they learn like that pretty much porn is their sex education?
I think it's like we should not like. I think that it's important to masturbate for boys and for girls, because then you get to know more about yourself, about like how you can get pleasure with sex and those things. So for men and for women it's important. But I think like sometimes, because this is the only source of sexual education for boys, or even for women, like there are women that masturbate is normal, like should be normal. And then this is the prior source of education. So they think that this is how sex is really is, like 30 minutes of having sex and these things, but however life is not like that. So I think that sometimes we should not not try to think that the life is a porn. We should know what is porn. Porn is a market that needs to make money, so they do many stereotype things and real lives and other things.
So you think porn is okay to watch as long as you're aware that it's not the real world? But you still think that learning should be in school or from other?
Yeah, I think with school and with family.
Okay.
And of course with life. You're gonna learn making
Mistakes.
Yeah, mistakes.
Question: are you for or against the use of contraceptives?
I'm for, but I think we should always try to use condoms, because some peel off the next day and those things can be unhealthy for girls. So I think it's always better to use condoms.
Then to conclude this discussion, do you think sex should stay a taboo, or do you think we should speak more openly about it so that it stops being a taboo?
I think we should more openly talk about it, because it's something that it's part of most people's life, and of course why would be a problem of talking about it? So everybody do to someone born, you need to do this. So, and it is important for healthy. It's important for relationships. So yeah, I think it would not be a good thing to not talk about it openly.
Okay. So you think we should talk about it more so that it becomes less of a taboo?
I think we should talk more about sex, but not about, let's say you were talking to a friend and it start saying details of how you and a girl have sex and this thing.
Yeah.
Should have certain privacy too.
But I also think if it becomes less of a taboo, that it will be less oh, I had sex with this girl.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
So it's I don't know, people that smoke weed in Brazil.
Yeah.
Sometimes people only smoke weed to say oh, I'm so cool and smoke weed and this.
Because it's not allowed.
Yeah. And it's almost of having sex. If you have sex with a girl and then you want to tell your friends, because oh, you should not do this and this. Yeah.
So you think that would also change if people become more open about it?
Yeah, as it's part of our life, we need to talk with someone about this.
Okay, thank you. So in this video today we will be discussing sex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think that in our society sex is a taboo topic, and why do you think that?
In the societies I have lived in, they certainly are. But why? I guess people get uncomfortable when they talk about this stuff.
Isn't that strange though?
Yeah, I
Because
know. Is it something to be uncomfortable with?
it shouldn't be, I don't think.
Strangers wouldn't really talk about it with them, I guess.
Mhm.
Maybe friends, close friends, family. I don't know. It's a little. I think that's why they get uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have that when it comes to discussing it with family, that it just, I don't know.
I don't think they see that side of you. Or.
Why do you think people get uncomfortable discussing it with their family?
I don't know.
Do you get uncomfortable discussing with your family?
No, not really.
Okay, that's good.
Well, they got uncomfortable.
Mm.
Cause I don't know.
Do you think sex plays an important role in relationships?
Again, some people yes, some people no.
Okay. You just think for some people yes, for some people no? Okay. And do you have a reason for some people yes, some people know, or it's just some people yes, some people no.
It's some countries and some places, religion plays a role in it,
Yeah,
or
that's
culture.
a whole other discussion.
Yeah, so let's not get into that.